They want a mic check. I've already given them a freaking mic check. If they want a mic check, you tell them to come out here and tell me to my face, like a man or a full-grown woman, that they need a mic check, because I'm sick of this crap. Absolutely.
Very strange that an area code from where I'm from that's calling me, and it's no one that I remember.
This is Channel 3.
Very strange that an area code from where I'm from that's calling me, and it's no one that I remember.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Very strange that an area code from where I'm from that's calling me, and it's no one that I remember.
Scammers are taking their deception a step further. Learn how they're using familiar phone numbers to do it.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Cameron Taylor, and thank you for joining us tonight. There's been a spike in phone scams across the nation, but now scammers are using numbers that are close to your own. Tonight in this 3 on Your Side report, Channel 3's Casey Freeman tells us it's all a ploy to get your personal information. Casey.
That's right, Cameron. The Federal Trade Commission says the increase in robocalls is because of technology. Internet-powered phone systems make it cheap and easy for scammers to make illegal calls anywhere in the world. Many Tennessee Valley residents are familiar with scams acting as telemarketers, calling from 1-800 numbers, trying to get your social security number and date of birth.
Usually when you go on cruises and stuff like that, you'll get random phone calls from other places. They'll be trying to, say that, oh yeah, we got this other cruise line set up.
Now there's a new phone scam spreading across the country. It's called spoofing, and it's where criminals are using familiar numbers to get you to answer and collect your information.
Very strange that an area code from where I'm from that's calling me, and it's no one that I remember.
Some scammers can even mimic a number to make it look like someone you know is calling you. However, even if a scammer uses the same area code, people like Sammy Bolton have come up with their own system to protect themselves from these scams.
I'm hesitant to answer, so I usually let them go to voicemail, and normally if they don't, leave a voicemail, I know it's something that I shouldn't have answered.
Michelle Emerson says she doesn't answer the phone when the numbers call, even to ask if her number could be removed from the call list.
I'm scared too because I'm afraid they'll be able to tap into my phone and get the personal data from my phone.
Experts say never give your personal information over the phone unless you made the call yourself.
That's not anything you want to do at all. That's a good way to get scammed and get all your money taken.
The FTC is working to develop more solutions to stop robocalls. Until then, experts suggest apps like Mr. Number and Truecaller to help alert you of spoofed calls. Live in the studio, Casey Freeman, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, thank you, Casey, for that report. A former Walker County teacher is expected to plead guilty in a child exploitation case. Our media partners over at the Chattanooga Times Free Press report, Mark McCormick is expected to appear in federal court in Birmingham on Monday. He's accused of secretly filming a 5-year-old girl using the bathroom in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. McCormick was a kindergarten teacher at Chattanooga Valley Elementary before he resigned. He was at the center of 2 abuse cases at the school, but charges were not filed. We're learning more about a crash on Highway 58 that sent a person to the hospital tonight. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office says a Saturn traveling north on the highway was hit by an F-150. Investigators say the wreck happened as the F-150 driver left the stop sign on Greenwood Road to cross Highway 58. Now we're told the Saturn rolled and then the driver was ejected. The driver's condition is unclear tonight, but we do know they were airlifted to the hospital. The passenger of the Saturn and the driver of the F-150 weren't hurt. Police have found the body of an elderly man who disappeared in the Snow Hill Road area. Authorities discovered 73-year-old James Gray in a wooded area near his home today. Nearly a dozen agencies were searching for him. Now, no foul play is suspected, and the Hamilton County Medical Examiner's Office will determine his exact cause of death. And East Ridge police are looking for the person responsible for shooting someone in the leg. We're told it happened last night at about 11 o'clock on Edwin Lane. Investigators tell us they found several shell casings at the scene. They do not believe the shooting is gang-related, but police say it may have something to do with drugs. Now, if you have any information, call the number listed on your screen. And a court hearing for the Bradley County Sheriff charged with forging car titles has been delayed until next month. Sheriff Eric Watson's trial was set for Monday on charges of holding and using an altered, forged, or falsified vehicle title. Watson pleaded not guilty, and the hearing has been reset for next month. Count on Channel 3 to bring you more details on this developing story. And we have had some beautiful weather here in the Tennessee Valley today. And now here's David Carnes with your first look at the forecast. Hey, David.
Yeah, Cameron started out with some clouds this morning. Beautiful out there, like you said, out there right now, holiday in downtown Camera. If you're still hovering around the scenic city, you are looking at some good stuff going on. 46 degrees right now, 50 in Cleveland, 39 in Dalton. Nice range of temperatures with winds blowing out of the north at 7 miles per hour. Planning on getting a little fishing in tomorrow. It's going to be a little cool in the morning, but maybe you can handle that. 39 degrees, 7 a.m., lots of sunshine. 6 p.m. it'll be up to 53 degrees, and overall should be an absolutely beautiful day. Now we're going to see this kind of weather for the next several days, right on through Wednesday, then probably some decent rainfall on Thursday, followed by another cool spell toward the end of the week and maybe the first part of next weekend. We're going to have all of that coming up in just a moment. Right now, we'll head right back to Cameron.
All right, thank you, David. We'll see you in a few minutes. The long holiday shopping weekend continued today with Small Business Saturday. It's a shopping holiday started by American Express back in 2010 to encourage people to shop local. That puts money directly back into the economy and the community. Chattanooga Mayor Andy Burke supported the cause by shopping at Nooga Paws. The company's event coordinator explains why this is important.
We know where our products come from. When you shop small, over 50% of your money stays in your community. All of us, we live here, we shop local, we appreciate that, we understand that.
The National Retail Federation says 76% of people said they shopped to support Small Business Saturday today. And ahead here on Eyewitness News at 11, the Chattanooga community is giving back this holiday season. We'll tell you how to help families in need get the Christmas they deserve. Welcome back. The Salvation Army is working to give families in the Tennessee Valley the Christmas they deserve. The organization hopes to help nearly 5,000 children and seniors this year. It's roughly 400 more people than last year. Now, many of the lists are simple and include clothing, bed sets, and some toys. Major Robert Lyle with the Salvation Army helps because he remembers a gift from the organization made a difference in his life.
Over the last 41 years, I've been able to do this to be able to give back as well.
Now, if you'd like to help, the angel trees will be up until December 3rd. They're at Hamilton Place Mall and Northgate Mall. Several Chattanooga churches helped clothe and feed those in need today. It was the third annual Downtown Encouragement event at the Bessie Smith Cultural Center. 8 Churches of Christ provided food, toys, and household items to about 500 people. One church member tells us why the event is meaningful during the holidays.
We just want to show people in our community that the church does care about them, and we want to do everything that we can to demonstrate that, and also to try to help them during this time of need.
And you can learn how to help out with events like these by clicking on the story inside the WRCB app. Well, still to come here on Eyewitness News at 11, the reason behind a car plowing into a business. Plus, these suspects caught red-handed stealing vodka, but the reason behind the theft is not what you would think.
With coverage you can count on.
President Donald Trump laying low.
With coverage you can count on. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11.
President Donald Trump is in Florida for the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. He's mixing work with visits to his golf club. The president has also picked a fight with a national news magazine and faces a potential federal agency showdown when he gets back to Washington. Here's NBC's Chris Pallone.
President Donald Trump laying low in Florida Saturday. When he returns to Washington, he faces a federal agency standoff and an escalating probe into his campaign's ties to Russia. The president named Management and Budget Director Nick Mulvaney interim head of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, while the agency's former director named his own successor before he left, leaving who's actually in charge an open question. Late today, President Trump tweeting, "The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or CFPB, has been a total disaster as run by the previous administration's pick. Financial institutions have been devastated and unable to properly serve the public. We will bring it back to life."
The president has appointed somebody who thinks the organization has no reason to exist, similar to what he did with the Department of Environmental Protection.
Trump allies are downplaying news that former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn's lawyers are no longer consulting with Trump's lawyers in the Russia probe.
Whether that means he's going to cooperate against other persons or just try to negotiate a better deal for himself remains to be seen.
And in a less serious matter, Trump this weekend claimed he passed on being Time Magazine's Person of the Year, saying he was informed he would probably be chosen for a second straight year.
The American people don't give a hoot who's on the cover of Time Magazine, And we wish very deeply that our president would concentrate on other things.
Time responded on Twitter, the president is incorrect about how we choose Person of the Year. Chris Pallone, NBC News.
And one official tells NBC News even if Flynn is cooperating with Mueller, quote, there is no concern at the White House that Flynn will implicate the president. Thieves who stole hundreds of gallons of vodka in L.A. were caught on camera breaking into a distillery. Take a look right here. Police say they broke into the distillery and stole more than 1,800 gallons of vodka. 2 different surveillance cameras recorded the break-in, and investigators say the suspects sawed through deadbolts and got away with $300,000 worth of vodka. Police say they plan on selling the alcohol to underage teens. 2 people were hurt when a car slammed into a business outside Minneapolis. The car traveled somewhere between 60 to 70 feet after crashing into a store inside a mill building today. 2 women, the store's owner and manager, were hurt. An employee says they're both expected to recover. Now, the car's driver was a customer, and investigators say she hit the gas instead of the brake as she was leaving. All right, now let's check in with meteorologist David Carnes. And what do we have on tap for tomorrow, David?
Hey, thank you so much, Cameron. Quick look outside Holiday Inn downtown Camera. We're pretty clear right now, and I think it's going to stay that way tomorrow and for the first half of next week, and then maybe a little rain on the way for late in the week. Looky here how mild it was. 65 degrees the high. My goodness, the average high is 58, way above that, not near the record of 74, though. And then the low this morning, 38, pretty on par for where we should be this time of the year. Pretty cool outside, but not anything really to write home about. Feels good, actually. Mid to upper 40s, low 50s in a few spots. And we're anywhere from 1 degree all the way up to 9 degrees above where we were 24 hours ago. So temperatures looking pretty good. Cool, crisp, clear as we head through the night tonight. Perfect weather through Wednesday. Lots of sunshine and comfortable temperatures for November. And then the rain showers move in on Thursday, bringing in another shot of cooler air by Friday and Saturday. Nothing really markedly cooler, but a couple of degrees by Friday and Saturday. Our high-res satellite showing all the clouds from this morning clearing out. We have clear skies tonight and for the next several days, taking you through on our Vipercast. These northerly winds will knock most of us down into the 30s tonight, back into the low 60s tomorrow, and that is basically the way that it's going to stay Tuesday on into Wednesday, even though we have a little bit of cloud cover that may move in on Wednesday afternoon. I think our best chance for seeing any rain is going to be on Thursday. Through the day Thursday, we could see some scattered showers on and off of the slow-moving front that could produce up to 3/4 of an inch of rain in some spots, and then we'll clear out on Friday, and it should be a little bit cooler Friday. Rainfall amounts again about 3/4 of an inch. The general rule will be the further south you are, the more rain you are going to see. 3/4 of an inch from Chattanooga down toward Dalton, maybe a half an inch a little bit further north. And this is all very preliminary. I'm sure we'll change these numbers at least a little bit between now and the next several days. Tonight, we'll drop it down to 39 degrees under clear skies, just cool, crisp weather as we head into our Sunday morning. And then Sunday afternoon, picture perfect. Sunny, comfortable, 61 for the daytime high. And the storm alert 7-day forecast, we're looking good. Daytime highs will stay in the low 60s, lots of sunshine. You will be bored with how nice the weather is by Wednesday. 64 the high. You can see those morning lows hovering right around the mid to upper 30s, 40 on Wednesday morning. And then the rain moves in on Thursday. We'll put the rain chance at 40% right now, but again, about 3/4 of an inch of rain, absolutely a possibility throughout the day Thursday. Then Thursday night into Friday, it clears out, cools down a bit Friday afternoon, 54 the high, into Saturday morning, 35 the low, and then gorgeous again on Saturday, sunny and 60. So all those great November events people have planned on Saturday, I think they're going to be fine with it.
This is the fall that we have been looking forward to.
It really is nice. We're a little bit spoiled. It's a little bit above average temperature-wise, but my stars, no complaining here.
Yeah, we'll take it. All right, thanks, David. All right, up next in sports, the Vols lose to Vanderbilt in the final game of the regular season. Hear what quarterback Jarrett Garantano had to say about the future of the program. Plus, Auburn takes down Alabama in the Iron Bowl and punches its ticket to the SEC championship. We'll have all that and more when we come back.
The last time Auburn and Alabama met with the SEC title on the line was 2013, when Chris Davis caught a missed field goal and returned it for a touchdown that would forever be known as the Kick Six. Fast forward 4 years later, and the Tigers have once again beaten the Tide for the SEC West. Except this time it didn't take a miracle. Alabama leads the all-time series 45-35, having won the last 3 straight, but that would change tonight. The Tigers draw first blood in this one as Kerryon Johnson takes the snap and hits Nate Craig Myers with the jump pass in the end zone. Auburn takes a 7-0 lead, but Alabama answers back in the second. Tide quarterback Jalen Hurts drops back, lets it fly, and Jerry Jeudy comes down with the catch. Auburn led 10-7 at the half, but the Tide comes out rolling in the third. This time, the handoff to Bo Scarborough, and he takes it 21 yards for the Tide touchdown. The Tigers still not going away, though. They take back the lead here as Kerryon Johnson bulldozes his way past the goal line, giving Auburn a 6-point lead. But the Tigers aren't satisfied. On 2nd and 6 from the 16-yard line, Auburn quarterback Jarrett Stidham breaks free and runs it all the way in for the Tigers touchdown. Alabama had the whole fourth quarter to make something happen, but some uncharacteristic mistakes by the Tide would mark the end of the night. Auburn wins it 26-14, the Tigers' biggest margin of victory in the Iron Bowl since 1969. Well, just when you think Tennessee's football season couldn't get any worse, it did. The Vols fell to Vanderbilt in their season finale this afternoon, marking their first 8-loss season in program history. Tennessee and Ohio State were the only programs that could boast never having an 8-loss season. Now it's just the Buckeyes. Tennessee's offense, though, got off to a quick start in the first as freshman quarterback Jarrett Garantano throws a floater to the back of the end zone, and Marquez Callaway comes down with the incredible catch. Check it out again. Beautiful one-handed grab as the Vols take a 7-0 lead. Then, all tied up at 7, Vols strike again as John Kelly leaps over the pile and stumbles into the end zone. Tennessee would lead for the remainder of the first quarter, but that would be it. Vandy quarterback Kyle Shermer takes over after that. Shermer would finish with almost 300 yards and 4 scores, including this 30-yard touchdown pass off the flea flicker. Vanderbilt would go on to win it 42-24. Afterwards, a very frustrated Jarrett Garantano.
I'm not going to forget this, and I'm going to let it drive me. And I think that just has to be the team mindset. We ended up going 4-8, and it feels terrible, and we're going to let it feel terrible, and we're going to let it feel terrible every single practice, workout, going forth, and that's just how things are.
Meanwhile, down in Atlanta today, the Georgia Bulldogs would keep their college football playoff hopes alive with a win over their interstate rival, Georgia Tech. Georgia would get out to an early 7-0 lead and add to it there as Jake Fromm hits Javon Wims for the 21-yard score. Dogs up 14-0, but the Yellow Jackets cut right into the lead. On 3rd and goal, Georgia Tech quarterback Tyquan Marshall finds a wide open Ricky June. Georgia Tech down just 14-7, but the Bulldogs start to run away with it after that. Sony Michel makes a beautiful cut on his way to the end zone, giving Georgia the 24-7 lead. Georgia's Jake Fromm would finish with over 200 yards passing and 2 scores as Georgia races past Georgia Tech 38-7 that final. Georgia will now get ready for their rematch against Auburn in the SEC Championship next Saturday. Over in McKenzie Arena, the UTC men's basketball team worked their way back to 500 with a big win over Tennessee Wesleyan tonight. It was arguably UTC's best all-around team performance so far this season, as 6 different mocks finished in the double digits. David Jean-Baptiste led all scorers with 18 points, along with 7 rebounds and 6 assists. UTC led by just 3 with 10 minutes left in the first half, but back-to-back 3-pointers by Jean-Baptiste and Nat Dixon helped start the Mocs on a 23-4 run. Chattanooga also received a new addition to the roster. Senior center Josh Phillips made his debut tonight. Phillips played for the Mocs football team the last 2 years after transferring from Middle Tennessee, where he played for 3 years on the basketball team there. UTC would go on to win it 95-60 that final. The Mocs get back to road life this Tuesday at Akron. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. on ESPN3. Also on the hardwood tonight, the Lady Vols dominated North Dakota this afternoon, winning 69-49. Tennessee went undefeated in the Cancun Challenge in Mexico this weekend, and they remain perfect at 6-0. They will get ready to host Central Arkansas on Thursday. Meanwhile, the Lady Mocs were also victorious today, winning 54-41 over Georgetown. They extend their winning streak to now 4 in a row. The Lady Mocs will next face Auburn tomorrow to close out the Music City Challenge. So win for the Lady Mocs, win for the Lady Vols, win for the Mocs men's basketball team.
Wow, and what a night for college football, too.
Oh, and a great night for college football.
Crazy and a weird night.
A little bit,
so
a little bit.
The next, the rankings are going to get all
Tuesday
squirrely.
night.
It's Tuesday night?
They are going to be crazy.
Wow. Quick look at the day planner for tomorrow. My goodness, look at this. Great weather again tomorrow. 39 by 8 o'clock in the morning. Sunshine throughout the day. 60s, low 60s during the afternoon. And then we cool down through the 50s into the 40s during the evening. Overall, a great Sunday to look forward to. And you know what? If you don't get enough, you'll have exactly the same kind of weather on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday as well.
Yeah, some picture-perfect days ahead.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, a moose on the loose created quite a stir in the suburbs north of Toronto, Canada today. Yeah, take a look at him right there. The big 2-year-old bull was caught on camera dodging traffic, galloping through neighborhoods, knocking down a fence. Estimated to weigh 12 to 1,500 pounds, guys.
With the 2-year-old, cute little guy.
So far, he hasn't hurt anyone, but they've been telling people to stay away. That's it for us.
My circle crosses with others' circles.
See, here's what's what impresses me
It's
is
like
you
a
have
solar
5
eclipse.
months worth of.
No, it's about in 5 months I go, hey, I don't think I've worn this in a while.
This I have the same 2 or 3 suits that I wear every flip.
Can we please do
Also, that blue
D1,
looks really good on our set, too.
It really is. Or blue.
Yeah.
So
D3?
You're done. You're done, that's it.
I'm going to finish my lesson. And
No, dude, you've got 3 hours of cuttings to do.
I can't do
I gotta
this.
run out to the car. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
D1, D3,
He's like, I'm gonna
D5.
pass.
God, I hate.
Also, that yellow looked really good on you the other night. Like
Thank you.
and
Good to know. The last time Auburn and Alabama met with the SEC, let's try that one more time. The last time Auburn and Alabama met with the SEC title on the line was 2013 when Chris Davis caught a field goal pass and, yep, one more time. The last time Auburn and Alabama met with the SEC title on the line was 2013 when Chris Davis caught a missed field goal and returned it for a touchdown that would forever be known as the Kick Six. Fast forward 4 years later, and the Tigers have once again beaten the Tide for the SEC West. Except this time, it didn't take a miracle. Alabama leads the all-time series 45-35, having won the last 3 straight. But that would change last night. The Tigers draw first blood in this one as Kerryon Johnson takes the snap and hits Nate Craig Myers with the jump pass in the end zone. Auburn takes a 7-0 lead, but Alabama answers back in the second. Quarterback Jalen Hurts drops back, lets it fly, and Jerry Jeudy comes down with the catch. Auburn led 10-7 at the half, but the Tide comes out rolling in the third. This time, the handoff to Bo Scarborough, and he takes it 21 yards for the Tide touchdown. The Tigers still not going away, though. They take back the lead here as Kerryon Johnson bulldozes his way past the goal line, giving Auburn a 6-point lead. But the Tigers aren't satisfied. On 2nd and 6 from the 16-yard line, Auburn quarterback Jarrett Stidham breaks free, runs it all the way in for the Tigers touchdown. Alabama had the whole fourth quarter to make something happen, but some uncharacteristic mistakes by the Tide would mark the end of the night. Auburn wins it 26-14, the Tigers' biggest margin of victory in the Iron Bowl since 1969. Well, just when you thought Tennessee's football season couldn't get any worse, it did. The Vols fell to Vanderbilt in their season finale yesterday, marking their first 8-loss season in program history. Tennessee and Ohio State were the only 2 programs that could boast not having 8-loss seasons. Well, now it's just the Buckeyes. Tennessee's offense got off to a quick start. Freshman quarterback Jarrett Garantano throws a floater back the end zone, and Marquez Callaway comes down with the incredible catch. Check it out again, one-handed grab. Vols take a 7-0 lead. Then, all tied up at 7, Vols strike again as John Kelly leaps over the pile and stumbles into the end zone. Tennessee would lead for the remainder of the first quarter, but that would be it. Vandy quarterback Kyle Shermer takes over after that. Shermer would finish with almost 300 yards and 4 scores, including this 30-yard touchdown pass off the flea flicker. Vanderbilt would go on to win it 42-24. The Vols end the season now 4-8 overall. Meanwhile, down in Atlanta yesterday, the Georgia Bulldogs would keep their college football playoff hopes alive with a win over their interstate rival Georgia Tech. Georgia jumped out to an early 7-0 lead and then added to it there as Jake Fromm hits Javon Wims for the 21-yard score. Dogs up 14-0, but the Yellow Jackets cut into the lead right away. On 3rd and goal, Georgia Tech quarterback Tyquan Marshall finds a wide open Ricky June in the end zone. Georgia Tech down just 14-7, but the Bulldogs start to run away with it after that. Sony Michel makes a beautiful cut on his way to the end zone, giving Georgia the 24-7 lead. Georgia's Jake Fromm would finish with over 200 yards passing and 2 scores as Georgia races right past Georgia Tech 38-7 that final. Georgia will now get ready for their rematch against Auburn in the SEC Championship next Saturday. All right, that's it for sports. I'm Jill Jelnick. I hope you have a splendid Sunday.